Western modern psychology, compare Indian psychology, Western psychology is something like kindergarten. Traditional Indian sort of psychology, much advanced. So here, many scientists really showing eager to learn from Buddhist psychology or Indian psychology, ancient Indian psychology in general, particularly Buddhism. So that's our sort of main field contact with modern scientists. Originally, I think I want to share with Thai Buddhists. 40 years ago, when of course, since my childhood, I love science and technology. Then after I came India, eventually I sort of feel dialogue or the discussion with scientists. I really develop some eagerness. Then I express some American Buddhists, who follow Tibetan Buddhism. One occasion I expressed, I want to discuss with scientists. I want to start some discussion with scientists. Then that American Buddhist told me, be careful. Science is killer of religion. Must be careful. Then I thought, one Sanskrit Buddhist sort of teaching mentioned, Buddha stated, "Oh, my follower, should not accept my teaching out of devotion, out of faith, but rather thorough investigation and experiment." So therefore, I felt, no danger. As I mentioned, I think, hopefully, I'm still Buddhist, but no longer believe about Mount Meru. There's no danger of Buddhism. So basic thing, as I mentioned earlier, Four Noble Truths, and also the pureness of our consciousness, and also possibility of elimination, these things. Now, these wise, realistic scientists, they simply showing interest. They never say, no, impossible. They never say. Even if you see next life, now more and more scientists among my friends, these scientists, top scientists, well-known scientists, very famous scientists, like Richard Davidson, very famous. So they now open. There's possibility of next life or continuation of mind. So they simply carry investigation like that. So therefore, I felt it's no danger. If it's a certain thing, 100% proof by scientific finding, then we Buddhists must accept that. Like non-existence of Mount Meru. No problem. So then I start discussion with scientists. Initially, my own out of my own curiosity. Then eventually, it became institutionalized. Now in our big monastic institution, mainly in South India, now these people used to come, these scholars. You see, now we already introduce study or lesson of modern science in these big monastery institutions. Previously, we selected students about 40, 50. That goes few years. Now we actually prepared text about the study of science in Tibetan. We already translated with help of Emory University in Atlanta of America. So full cooperation, translation. We already translated 5 years sort of program. So we eventually introduced science study in our monastic institution. So the other side, among the scientists also, now annually, you see, carry some sort of meeting or some courses, lesson about, you see, the certain sort of dialogue, Buddhist science and modern science. Here, I make sort of, I made, the
Distinction. Division.
or division within the Buddhist teaching. One category, Buddhist science, about psychology, about this concept of interdependency. So firstly, Buddhist science. The second category, Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist view, impermanence, at a subtle level, momentarily changing. That's Buddhist view, Buddhist philosophy. And then Buddhist religion. So as far as Buddhist religion is concerned, for Buddhist, only for Buddhist. But Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist science is universal. Why I make these divisions? I feel generally, certain sort of idea from Buddhism, about Buddhism, certain philosophy, Buddhist philosophy. Then it becomes very narrow, only for Buddhist. So I want to make clear 3 things. Third thing is for Buddhist. But Buddhist philosophy, Buddhist science is like science or general philosophy. It's a universal academic subject. Academic subject. So now in America, some university now start Buddhist study. I usually a little reluctant. Buddhist study in non-Buddhist country. I always emphasize it is better to keep one's own faith. Some my Christian friend, very, very sort of fond about Buddhist sort of training. So they, so some seminar also used to take place, some Christian brothers, sisters, like that. So the practice of Maitri or Karuna and patience, these are common. So we easily can sort of exchange. Yeah. But then one time, one Christian monk, very nice monk, he asked me about shunyata. Then I told him, oh, this is not your business. This is our business. So like that, these are Buddhist concept. Oh, I really, you see, little sort of concern. The concept of interdependency, non-absolute, may harm their faith towards God. God is absolute. So I do not want that. So I told him, oh, this is not your business, like that. So in religious field, it is better to keep one's own religion. And also, you see, I have one story. In 1959, a large number of Tibetan, you see, came to this country, escaped from Tibet, become refugee. So one Tibetan official who posted in border area, so he had opportunity to bring entire his family through Nepal. So then eventually, husband, the official, lay official, passed away, and his wife remained, and I think 3 children, very young, remain. So really face a lot of difficulties. Then once she came to see me, I think 6